feeling today? I mean, you guys in the huddle, first couple days of camp, obviously you're working through some things, but as it's not going well, do you just kind of expect this kind of day is going to come?
Yeah, like it's a Josh is a ticking time bomb, like, you know, and the team is a ticking like time bomb, you know, like whether or not if you're referring to like the first day was all right and the second day was better and the third day was great, you know, like we just got into camp, like we're in like what, like day 4 like already, so it's gonna be up and downs like throughout this entire camp. Like you're gonna see Josh have great days, and you're gonna have days where you're like, well, Josh missed a couple passes, so what? Like that's why, and we practice. It's almost like taking free throws. Like we're just attempting shot after shot after shot so we can get our repetition to almost be perfect, close to perfect.
Some people may assume the offensive coordinator, even though Ken's been with the team, that maybe contribute to some, you know, things not being as crisp early on. How accurate would that be if people think that?
You know, with a new coordinator, you might have a different beat of plays, but you know it's just a different flow of how they're called. But either way, it's just football. It's just ball. You know, whatever call is called, we have to like go out there and do it. If it's a run play, we have to execute a run. If it's a pass, we have to execute it. But with Dorsey being the new guy in charge, he's not really the new guy. You know, like he's here, and we know Dorsey, and we know what he's about, and we know what he's capable of, and we know what type of person he is. You know, and we understand like going out there every day in practice that he's gonna dice it up, and you know, it's just plays. Whatever play he puts on his, you know, his little checkerboard thing, you know, we got to do it and execute it at a high level. Yeah, you're good.
You had 3 guys in Roger, Ryan, and Spencer today who weren't out there. They're 3, I think most people reasonably expect, you know, that they're going to be in there. What's the challenge like when you're missing that many pieces up front?
Missing like that many pieces, I mean, it is and what it is. Like I've been dealing with a rotational line my entire career, and I'm just blessed that, you know, I'm able to be here and play with whoever they put in next to me. You know, like Roger is dinged up and due to something. So, you know, the next guy like has an opportunity to show them what they're like capable of during camp. And you know, it's just ball, but the difference is that it's newer guys, like it's fresh guys where like we didn't have them like last year. So, you know, it's a different vibe, understanding like how they're communicating. So, you know, like when they come in next to me, necessarily, I can only speak on like my experience. And when they like come in, like I'm just telling them how we do things. Like, all right, this is what, and we do. We communicate coming out of the huddle. We communicate through the entire play. We communicate, and before that ball is snapped, this is just what, and we do. So, like, my job is to really understand his language, and then we form that language into a language that we both speak. And then we just hit the plays, how we hit them, and then we just try to execute whatever is called, you know. But everything happens fast, you know. Like, it's day 4, and I done had, what, like 3 guards, and so, you know, it is and what it is. It is and what it is. As long as like we keep Josh clean, I don't care. You know.
To Spencer, I know, you know, he's been out there. He hasn't maybe done a lot of the team stuff yet. I'm sure that's coming. But when you kind of assess his rookie season and, you know, what he brought to the line, what were your takeaways from his year?
So my analysis on Spencer Brown. Spencer Brown is a dog. He's an animal. He's extremely big. He's talented. The guy moves extremely well. I think that's the number one thing that I've seen about Spencer is he's a big guy but moves like a skilled. And even Doyle, they're both 1-1. Like people are talking about Spencer, but Doyle is just as great, you know. But I think that their potential is through the roof. Better than me, better than any tackle to ever touch the football field. And I know it. And I hope that those guys are learning from everybody who's out there. But overall, to get back to his analysis, he's a great player. You know, he plays hard and he plays with attitude. And if you notice Spencer, he's always around the football. And for any team, any offensive line, any coordinator, any offense, that's the number one thing an offensive coordinator or any offensive player wants is guys around the football. So, for example, if the running back is 10 yards down the field, Spencer will be 10 yards down. If Diggs is catching a 30-yard pass, Spencer is 30 yards pass, you know, and that's just for percentage of error. If something happens like a fumble, he's right there. So for a guy that big and that size to be able to keep up with his stamina and also play with the physicality that he plays with, it's amazing. And I'm happy to have Spencer here, and I'm happy to, you know, help him with whatever I possibly can, because eventually, you know, it'll be their turn, and, you know, I love them for it.
You know that physicality. Coach Dorsey went on earlier today talk about how physical he wants this offense to be. You know, with the addition of offensive line coach Cromer, how excited are you to know that, you know, especially in the run game, that y'all plan to be a little bit more physical than former years?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the offensive line, the trench battle, is always supposed to be physical. So regardless if somebody says, oh, we want it to be physical, it's supposed to be physical. So we're just supposed to do that regardless. So, you know, being up front in the trenches is supposed to be a physical battle every play. Like, it's literally war, punches, elbows, like all type of stuff. And the good thing is that we got big bodies to be physical. You know, I'm a big body, Roger's a big body, Spencer, Doyle, Mitch is a skinny big body, but Cody is a huge body. Like, all of our guys are big guys, so there's nothing but physicality written from before that snap starts. So it's just good that we just get to throw our bodies around and just use them as wrecking balls, because really that's what it's about.
We know there's a lot of carryover with this offense, but you are dealing with a new coordinator and a new position coach.
Yeah.
How's that process going in terms of whatever adjustments you might have to make?
Smoother than I expected. You know, Chrome, like, he is very specific of what he wants and what his techniques. So, like I said, it's only the fourth day of camp. So even at myself, like, learning, like, doing different things, like, with my body because of what he's teaching, it's even new. So it's a challenge, but it's just camp challenges. Like it ain't nothing drastic. It's just regular camp and challenges of everybody just trying to get on that track. So when we get on that track and we can just flow. But everybody's just trying to just figure out their niche and how we're importing what Chrome is teaching into us. But it's nothing drastic, but it's always like, all right, I have to overthink about what I'm doing. It's not click, 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 boom yet, because it's 4 days in. And not to say that we're rusty, but it's just fresh. Like, it's just like the first day of anything, like, you know.
Kind of David Questenberg. Did you know his story of dealing with cancer at all coming in? Has he shared any of that stuff?
I still don't even know that, so please inform me.
He has dealt with it in his life. And
for how long?
Well, I'm trying to remember exactly how long.
In like his NFL career?
Like
or
4 years ago.
Wow.
He missed 2 years.
Yeah.
He was 2 years of playing football?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know that. That's a horrible teammate, right? No, that's crazy. Yeah, but
I know sometimes guys share stories.
Not yet.
Yeah.
And not yet. But now, I mean, I'm still not going to, like, bring it up to him. But I appreciate you for telling me that. But now that I, like, know that, like I have so much more and respect for him, because, like, most guys will shut it down. But shoot, respect to Q.
A guy like David brings just to that room, just talking his football now, just being around him, just what is it like to be alongside him?
Well, so I've only played next to him yesterday. That was the first day. Yesterday was yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. And that was the first day that they moved him to guard, and it was just like a rotational thing. But he's a smart player, and he's physical. So as long as he's smart enough to communicate and know what he's doing, you know, the sky is really anyone's limit, because we're all big, we're all fast in certain ways, we're all physical, but, you know, like, there gets to a point where if you're smarter than that next guy, then you have that advantage. And, you know, like, we all don't take that overly knowledge, like, of the game as serious as, you know, some, but for the people that actually do, you know, it's special, because he could play right tackle, right guard. I haven't seen center, but left guard and left tackle. Like, I can't say that everybody can do that. Even for myself, like, that would be extremely hard to just jump to right guard, you know, from the like that left side. So, you know, I salute, you know.
I know pads haven't come on yet,
Yeah.
and it'll be totally different when that happens. But what has it been like in the reps you've gotten against
It's
Bob?
already physical, man. Yeah, it is already a physical life. You know, I was telling McDermott earlier, like right before like one of our team periods, I was like, yo, McDermott, picking up Von was a great ad. It was really a great ad, man. Like, not to say that I'm comfortable like out there, but there's certain times where I'm real comfortable, where I depend on my athletic ability. And you know, Vaughn is just one of those guys that like just shuts down your natural abilities, and he's the one with the natural abilities. So playing against Vaughn every play, every rep, it's a hate-love thing, because I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, this bug is it's 120 million right here, you know? But but I know over the course of this season, like of the duration, I'm gonna get better, and I'm blessed to be able to be a tackle playing against him, because like I can't imagine if Vaughn was here for 6 years. Like, imagine like how good all of us like would be. So, you know, but adding him, it's definitely physical already. He has one speed, and that speed is greatness. So
a lot of people say he's elite on the left side, but you see him when he's coming off the right side, and he's just as good.
See, I didn't even know that. Like Vaughn, like Vaughn is good. Like, he's just a good player. Like, if Vaughn played zero, like over that center, like he'll be great too. Like Vaughn is just a football player, man, and not even like realizing like he's in year 12, like year 12, like that is amazing that he can be at that level at year 12. Like, that's different stuff. Like, that's like Michael Jordan stuff. Like, you're just a different type of person, and Vaughn is truly that. But once again, I'm thankful for him.
33, and they're like, oh, he naturally, everyone has to start slowing down at 33 or something.
Oh yeah, age.
And you're saying he's just as fast, if not faster, than the premier guys you face.
Man, Vaughn is 33, but that boy is 23. He moves better than anybody on the football field, and you can sit there and watch. Like, he's just a God's gift, truly, you know. And football is what he was called to do. One of the things that he was called, and he definitely is continually to, you know, polish that golden star, because it's definitely bright.
I think a number of us have noticed that even at this speed without pads, that initial move, the explosiveness,
yeah.
But from your standpoint, like athletically,
yeah,
what makes him so good and difficult to stop?
How can I say it in a way where everybody can understand, right? He's like, he's more like elastic, like elastic. So almost like a rubber band, where like you would think if you pull it a certain distance, it'll pop, but he just doesn't pop. Like, he'll come off and just be like this and then come back. Like, how did you just do that? Like, I got my hands on you, you just moved your arm around me, now I'm in front of you and you're back here, and now I'm playing catch up. Like, so the word that I would use is an elastic band, or like a rubber band, because like he's just real springy and like real like slithery. Like it's so hard to really like put a name to it, because it's just different. Like, there's certain guys, or like an example, right? Like, we're all like big and strong. So like, if I were to hit somebody, it'll be like a boom. Like, and when you hit Vaughn, it's more of like a boom. Like, where like where it's not like a, it's just like a
glancing blow.
Yeah, but it's just like, how did that not hit like how it's supposed to hit? Like, it's almost like punching a punching bag. Like, you hitting the punching bag, but the punching bag is moving a little bit, so it's taking away 75% of your punch. So it's just like, you know, but hey, if I could block Vaughn, I could block anybody. Shoot, you know, but he's really that good. He really is. And I don't mean to beat his horn, but he really is. And I can only give props and give him his respect and what he's earned, because he's earned that. And I've never played anybody like that. And you know, Jerry, like, I thought Jerry was like, damn, like, Jerry's grown, old, and still good. But Vaughn is like Jerry times 4, and Jerry is already great. Like, it's just like, how many levels like of it is it? Like, but he's somewhere way up there, you know. So, yeah.
This year compared to last year, coming into training camp, you were coming off of COVID. Like,
yeah.
Does it feel completely different to start where you're at right now this year, not having to worry about any of that, just go right into camp and feeling probably way better?
Well, it's drastically different, because last year I was in the basement, and this year I'm out with a helmet on. But to not worry about fighting COVID, to start camp is definitely a blessing. I'm just thankful to God that I'm healthy and I'm out here. You know, like, I'm just happy, like, that this COVID thing, whatever the heck it was, it's kind of, you know, floated in the rafters. Like, people kind of forgot about it. It's not here. We don't have masks on. We're all, you know, living life. So, like I'm just happy where, like, we could just be our normal self. We can go in there. Everybody's not stay 6 feet away, and there's not, like, all these extra rules. So, I'm definitely thankful that that's not a side thought that I got to play catch up.
Do you feel like your trajectory can be even higher this season? Because you had an amazing season last year. You finished really strong. Do you feel like you can take that to the next level because you'll have an entire season to work with?
You know, that is a great question, and I have thought about that multiple times. And I'll ask myself, what was the difference? You know, and the difference truly was that rest. You know, I was resting and recovering for it was like a week and a half, almost like 2 weeks, right? So I feel like that rest really, you know, healed me to prepare, because we come right from off season where we're going and going and going and going, training 3 like workouts a day, morning, noon, and at night. And then I got to just, you know, kind of just take a breather and relax. You know, this time it was right from training, fly in, conditioning test, camp. So it's different. So not to say that it'll be harder, but I mean, and I hope so, because I definitely just want to keep getting better. Like, I'm far from perfect, you know, like Trent Williams is king, you know. I want to be like Trent. So I have a long way to go, but I'm pushing for it. So Maddie, like, you know, I hope so. I really do. But rest was that difference. Mm-hmm. Yep. Thank you, guys.